Welcome to the Young Pro Show. My name is David, and our guest with us here on the show is also named David. He's a young entrepreneur who's recently just started his business. He's starting to achieve massive success, and he has a huge passion to be helping the young people of our world, which is why we brought him on the show. David, why don't you start off by just kind of telling him a little bit about yourself, where you come from, and what brought you here today?
Well, I was in civil engineering, and right after I dropped out because I didn't like it, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. And right after I started an agency to help the students to have jobs, because I've noticed that what the students miss the most is the money, right? They don't have the time because they have to study a lot. So I help the students to have the job, a part-time job, so they can afford their needs.
Of course. So you're helping students get a security job,
Exactly.
so that they could work on their own income part-time or full-time.
Exactly.
Great stuff. Now, what got you into building this business?
Well, I was a security guard before, and I've
Okay.
noticed that I could manage my school and my job at the same time, which is not really the case for everybody, right? It's sometimes they can't really handle everything together.
Right.
Okay, so I've helped a lot of my friends, and then right after I said, hey, why not helping a few more people?
Yeah, good for you, man, for
thank you.
starting it off, because you were kind of in that transition, and really most people would not go as far as you did with actually making it your own business.
Yeah.
So what was it? Have you always been an entrepreneur? Or is that a recent transition?
No, I've always been an entrepreneur. Actually, I was doing network marketing before. That's what it really helped me because before I was kind of shy, and so it helped me to speak to people. So right now, because of that, I'm more open and everything.
And now we got you on the Young Pro Show.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, along your journey, starting this business, starting to help people, what's really the big thing that you've learned about yourself throughout the process?
Well, I've learned that I love to help people. I love to see them achieving their goals. I love to make plans so they can actually afford their needs and everything when they don't have enough money to pay their rent. So I can actually make a plan so they can have a job to afford those needs.
Incredible, yeah, because there's a lot of students out there who,
Yes.
are in debt, who aren't really sure how they can go about getting themselves enough income, and you're gonna sit with them and help them with that.
Exactly.
Good for you, man. Good for
Thanks.
you. I think anybody who begins to become an entrepreneur themselves and begins to start helping themselves
Yeah.
should use that knowledge to help other people. Like,
Thanks.
why not, right? We're all on this
Yeah, sure.
planet for only a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
We might as well be helping the people around us.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, hey, David, what is the biggest failure that you've come to along your journey, and what is you learned from that failure?
Well, my biggest failure is actually exactly when I was a student and I was basically broke. I didn't have money and everything, and it was hard to me to afford the rent and pay the school at the same time, study. So I was a little bit stressed about it, and that's why I'm in this business right now, is to help the people that are in the same situation, basically.
Damn, good for you. So you were in a position of doubt, of fear, where
Exactly.
things were going wrong for you. Then you got yourself out of it, and now you're using that as an opportunity to help the people that are around you.
Exactly.
This guy right here is a good guy. So do you think it's important to be growing as a leader, to be constantly growing every single day?
Yes, definitely. You as soon as you learn something, you have to share it with everybody. Basically, you have to lead by example. That's what I would say.
Wow, great. So you work to teach everything that you learn?
Exactly.
Great. And do you have any books that you like to read, or do you read constantly, or?
Well, the first book that I read as an entrepreneur was Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Great
So
book.
I really suggest everybody to read it because it will give definitely definitely open your mind.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
read that book too. It dramatically teaches you how you could really master your finances. What I like best about that book is when they talk about the difference between linear
Yeah.
and vertical income,
Yeah.
and how linear income is trading your time for money, while vertical income is letting your money work for you. So vertical is kind of upscale, where the money is constantly coming in, but linear, you're never getting paid if you're not
Yeah,
working.
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So we want to get paid with vertical income so we
Yeah.
could have passive income rolling through, and that's why we're doing this as entrepreneurs. What was your favorite part of the book?
My favorite part of the book is when he was exactly explaining the difference between the workers. There are investors, there are, sorry, I'm French, travailleurs autonomes, And I thought that I wanted to be a part of the investors. I
Right.
wanted the money to work for me, right? I wanted to invest it and help the other people like build businesses and everything like that.
Right, and it's interesting. As an investor, it's, this society favors
Yeah.
the people that are making stuff happen and the people that I think the tax actually decreases
Yeah.
when you become an investor rather than an employee, and you have to pay a higher
Sure.
amount of taxes when you're an employee, which is crazy, but it makes sense because the entrepreneur, the investor, is the one who's building the economy and
Yeah.
building society. Great, David. So where does what's next for you? Do you plan to continue to build the business you're doing?
Yes, definitely. I'm planning on helping as much people as possible. Right now, I have a partnership with many security firms that wants to hire the guys that I train and help to get the jobs. And I want to have our own office soon, and we'll see how it goes.
Amazing. Do you know anybody else who is doing things that are similar to what you're doing?
Yes, I know a woman. Her name is Sylvie. She used to be the manager of Drake International.
Okay.
She was helping students, but it's just that the jobs that she's giving, it's not really the best job for a student, right? Because sometimes it's really demanding.
Right.
So I think that security is the best for a student because we can actually study while working, right? You watch the
Definitely.
cameras and everything. So so that's what I think it's
Great.
about.
And when you decided to turn what you were already doing with your job into a business, did you know exactly how you were going to do it?
No. I'm gonna be honest with you. At first, I helped a few people to have the job, and then right after, I've seen that it gives me a little income. So I'm saying, why not doing this to help people? Why not making money while helping people?
And then you began to reach out to different security firms and tell
Yes.
them. Was it easy to convince them to partner with you?
No, not all of them. No, not all of them. But yes, but Garda, I know Nadia. She's really like a good friend of mine now. And then she really helped me out, and I'm
Amazing.
really happy to work with her today.
That's awesome. It's
Yes.
important to surround yourself by the right people if you want to succeed, right?
Yes.
Are
Definitely.
you continually trying to find more people that you could surround yourself with in order to make yourself better?
Yes, definitely. Actually, I have people that I've helped, and then what they do next is they send their friends so they can be
Great.
helped right after. So it's really amazing. Like I thought that I would saturate the market at a certain point, but the people keep sending me like their friends, their brother, their sister, and it's really nice to see that. It's really
Amazing.
nice.
I think there's an important lesson in what you were just saying right there, because when you started, you didn't know how you were going to do it.
No.
But you took the first step and you started.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that holds a lot of entrepreneurs back is they don't take the first step. But if
Sure.
we begin to take the first step, we're going to realize that it's not as hard as we think, and the things that the opportunities are going to fall into place for us as we continue
Sure.
to take them steps. So
Sure.
what do you think is the biggest thing that's holding back the entrepreneurs of today?
It's the fear. It's the fear of failing. And I would say that before being successful, you're gonna fail many times. That's the thing. You cannot be successful without failing. Failure. It's part of success. That's my first advice. And
Definitely.
Yeah.
The more you fail, the more you will succeed.
Definitely.
It's interesting because we're brought up in a society where failing is looked against.
Yeah.
We're told failing is bad.
Yeah.
We're told that if we do an exam and get a bad mark, well, we're gonna fail school and
Sure.
and our
Yeah.
whole life is gonna crumble in front of our eyes.
Definitely.
But the entrepreneurs, the ones who are successful, the ones who keep going, and not just entrepreneurs, but anyone, musicians, artists, athletes, anybody who's
Sure.
making their dreams happen, realize that you need to fail if you
Sure.
want to succeed. And those failures are going to take you to the next step.
That's true. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely amazing. So how do you work with a team right now with your business, or just
I
yourself?
work with some recruiters that
Okay.
are putting ads everywhere on
Great.
Kijiji and everything to help the people know what is
Right.
it about, what is the agency is it about, and I work with them. It's on commission based right now, but soon enough we're gonna have our own office where
Amazing.
everybody can work together.
And how do you keep them motivated to keep going?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's first the money,
Right.
and then second is the fact that they wanna help the people. they see that it works, and once you see that it's working, yeah, trust me, it encourages you to keep going, basically.
So you motivate them by the fact that you guys are helping other people.
Yes, definitely.
Great. Wow. I think a lot of, people should focus more on that, on the fact that if you can find a way to help other people in what you are doing, then you could then motivate your team to keep doing it.
Yes.
Do you plan for your team to be growing?
For now, no. Right now I'm good with the team that I have.
Okay.
But if we receive like too much demand, obviously I'm gonna need like some interviewers and more recruiters. But for now we good. For now we're good
cool.
team.
Great stuff. Amazing. Well said. What are some of the daily challenges that you face every single day that you have to overcome, and how do you overcome them?
The most challenges is actually to get up in my bed.
I know what you mean, man.
Yeah, but beside that, no, that's the biggest challenges. But when you love what you do, when you're really motivated because you're actually like creating something, building something. So when you get up in the morning, it's really encouraging. Like you really want to keep going.
Yeah. Find what you're passionate about, and you're going to be motivated to keep going. Let's talk about that waking up for a second, because I think it's holding a lot of myself personally, holding me back too. I think it's holding back a lot of the leaders that are out there too. What advice could you give to somebody who just can't wake up in the morning and who knows that they should, knows that they got to get up and work on their dreams, but they just are not able to find the willpower to make it happen?
Well, a great man said one day, when you will want to succeed as much as you want to breathe, then that's the day you're gonna be successful. Basically, I'm telling you, if you keep sleeping, basically you'll have sleep more than you want success. So basically, put your priorities together, and then you'll just keep up, just keep being motivated.
I love that. That was Eric Thomas, right?
Yes.
Amazing. If you guys don't know who Eric Thomas is, check him out. He gets me fired.
Yes.
If you want to set your alarm clock as Eric Thomas's voice, you're getting up in the morning. You are definitely getting up in the morning. So David, a few of the last questions I want to ask you is, what is 3 tips that you could leave to the young leaders that are out there who are in the process of making their dreams happen, who are in the process of uncovering their own potential? What advice could you give them on how they could take their life to the next level?
First, there's always going to be people who's going to discourage you. There's always going to be people who's going to tell you not to do it. There's always going to be people who tell you that you're crazy. And my advice is that don't listen to them, all right? Second of all, don't be afraid of failure. Okay, it's part of it. Sometimes as an entrepreneur, you're gonna meet so much so much down. You're gonna have so much down, but trust me, it's worth it at the end.
Fantastic. Well, David, my last question for you is, I was supposed to tell you this before we actually started the show, but who is one person that you would recommend to the Young Pro Show, and why?
One person that I should recommend?
Yeah, to be on the show where you're sitting right now.
Where I'm sitting? I would say, can I say Bill Gates?
You can, but let's try somebody that you know, that we can actually get on the show.
His name is Nabil Kader. That's the first security firm that I did a partnership with. This guy is a really good mentor. He taught me a lot. And basically, he's the guy that I want here to explain you how it goes, basically.
Great. Well, I can't wait to have him on the show. Any closing words for the audience today, David?
Keep going. And in French, on dit lâche pas la patate. So
lâche pas la patate. I love it. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us on the Young Pro Show today. Remember to subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and stay tuned for the next episode of the Young Pro Show. Take care.